What is up, guys? Today we are installing a new crash bar on the dyna. I'm gonna get a new crash bar up here. It's gonna be sick. Well, there it is. Let's open it up and check it out. All right, here we have our crash bar from Santoro Fabworx, and we did the upgraded, I think they call it the Chacho kit or whatever. We basically have these extra rings and something to add to the slider, and it's a pretty cool kit. It's a nice little crash bar. I will say it came packaged amazingly. The packaging they did and shipping for this was amazing. So shout out to Santoro. I paid for this. It's not like I got anything for free here. The main thing you want a crash bar for, especially on a bike that's got mid controls, two things. Obviously, crash protection. In case you just drop the bike in a parking lot or, you actually lay the bike down. It's really nice to have crash protection. It'll protect your tank, and in our case specifically also, it'll usually protect that front fairing, especially ours being the Mini. But secondly, when you're rolling a bike with mid controls, I'm 6 foot tall, it's nice to be able to put your feet up on something. So we're going to assemble this real quick, and then we're going to put it on the bike. And then also, stay tuned to the end of the video. We are going to, once we throw it on, we're going to take a little rip and see where our feet rest and how it's comfortable for like cruising, because that's going to be a big aspect for this bar, is be able to put your feet up on longer trips. I do plan to take this bike down to Myrtle Beach. It's about a 4-hour ride, so definitely going to want to stretch my legs out. I love the bike, but a mid-control bike at 6 foot tall, it can get old. So this is going to save us. Let's throw this thing together. It's pretty simple, really. You got bolts from the outside that are going to put your slider on. That goes in between the slider. That goes on the outside of the slider. And then here are your 4 bolts for the mounting holes. And they have little eyelets or ring washers, whatever you want to call them, that just, make it look prettier. The gold doesn't quite match the gold we have on the bike. It's really hard to tell on the website. Maybe in the future I might switch this hardware out for something different. You can buy them individually. But other than that, it'll work out pretty good. Pretty good product. I'm excited to see what the bike looks like with it. All right, the crash bar is installed. It was very easy. We did use Loctite on all the fasteners. Probably saw that on some of it, but with Loctite here, there, and same on the other side. Got this little piece pushed in, super easy. If you do want to run without this, it will suck in the bike probably 3/4 of an inch, maybe a full inch, with less sticking out. But this should protect the tank, fairing, and handlebars. If this thing were to go down, it does make it a wee bit wide for lane splitting, but that is okay. Lane splitting is not legal in North Carolina where I live, so instead of lane splitting, if I'm trying to get around, usually I just hit the shoulder, because people will block you in here. They do not like it, so I'd rather be on the outside shoulder than trying to get cut off by a car. Yeah, it was super simple. Now, don't go anywhere because we're getting ready to hop on the bike, and I'm very curious to see how my foot position is. We'll try and get some video for you. We're going to switch over to the helmet and have that camera hooked up and everything, and we're going to see how this thing goes. But I'm pretty stoked. Comment down below, how do you think it looks? We'll do a little bit of B-roll outside before we take off, but I think it looks pretty good. All right, guys, before we take off on the bike, this video is sponsored by us. We don't have any sponsorships, and that's completely fine. We have our own clothing brand. We've been doing this for a long time, and we do a lot more than just clothes. Obviously, we have t-shirts, hats, and we even have gloves that magnetize to the tank. But we also have bar bags. We got our saddle bags on this bike. We got a lot of different stuff. You can hit us up at wretchedclothing.com. There will be a link in the description. Everything helps build and fund things. This whole bike was built off of all that stuff. We have a whole build series of it. You're watching one of the episodes right now. So I greatly appreciate every single one of you. If you do want to hit us up, you do want to support us, feel free to hit that link in the description, wretchedclothing.com. But until then, let's ride.
All right, let's go for a little stroll with the new crash bar. Right off the rip, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, from my point of view, it looks pretty nice. I think the placement's really good. It is definitely a little high, but in a good way. Like when you put your feet up there, you're still getting a pretty good extension on your knees. You can tell it's high enough to where you can really lean into the corners. I don't have any tight corners right here, but you can really lean the bike, and you shouldn't hit it. You should be able to lean this bike pretty hard and not worry about scraping the crash bar as you're trying to ride. And at first I thought it was pretty wide, which I guess it kind of is, but when you compare it to where my feet are placed, I mean, I could probably suck my feet in just a hair closer in than the crash bar is. But if we took out those spacers, then that probably would be about the same width, is about as narrow as I can get on this bike. We could probably go with smaller pegs, and if you had smaller feet, you know, maybe you could get a little bit more narrow, but good enough for me. But yeah, the foot placement, really nice. I can get a decent extension here. I can ride. I don't feel like I'm in a weird place. Sometimes when you put your feet up, your legs are kind of in a weird place, your thighs are in a weird place, your knees are kind of weird. But this is actually not bad. And I know some people might be wondering why I'm worried about foot placement with a crash bar. But to be honest, that's a big reason why I got this crash bar, is to be able to stretch out. I have done tank-to-tank rides with this thing, and while I love the foot position for like attacking the road, if I'm going to ride this thing all day and I know I'm going to be on the highway just cruising, trying to get to a destination, it's nice to be able to stretch out, relax a little bit, and not get so cramped up on the bike. It's really going to allow for you to ride so much further. And even still, being 6 foot tall, if I stretch my legs out completely and just put them up, let it all hang out, it's pretty perfect to click my heel right where the crash bar is, and I can get some pretty good extension there, and it's actually comfortable. Obviously, depending on what kind of shoes you're wearing, that heel may not feel too comfortable, but since it lays right on my heel and it's not actually on my ankle, it's perfect. I can cup it in a little bit, and you know, I can kind of be like this and really extend that leg, extend that knee, and not have to worry about cramping so much or anything of that nature. So all in all, I love this crash bar. I think Santoro Fabworx did a really good job. I think the quality is pretty high. The kit it came with, very nice. Got some stickers. It was packaged individually. The shipping packaging was top notch. I have had worse. But overall, I think this crash bar, high quality, good price, good shipping, good people. If you're interested in a crash bar like this, I'm going to try and link. I'm going to link their website below. I'm not going to worry about linking this exact one because it really depends on what bike you have. They got them for all types of bikes, at least Harleys. I don't know if they have anything else because that's all I looked for was Harleys. But they definitely have a lot of different options, a lot of different things. Santoro's pretty cool, and the crash bars are even cooler. If you don't know anything about crash bars or you've never had one, these little outer black area you see right there, that's actually plastic. And the reason for that is if you go down, you don't want metal. You want something that's going to scrape, break, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You want it to have tensile strength. You don't want it to shear or snap. What you actually want it to do is you want the bike to go down and stay down. So since the outside clipping point is plastic, Delrin, whatever you want to call it, it's a very hard plastic. Since it is plastic, it's going to slide and not grip the road. And if you are unfortunate enough to go into a slide, hopefully the bike stays on one side, it slides, you're good to go. You just replace the Delrin and it's pretty much brand new. You want that to be what messes up, and then everything else is saved. Or even if you drop it in a parking lot, it happens. I've dropped my 2010 Dyna before. I was trying to push it looking for the valve stem. I needed to put air in it at a gas station, and I kind of tripped as I was looking, and the bike went too far over, and I just couldn't, because I was standing on one side of it, I could not hold it. So I kind of had to let it down. Now I was able to do it kind of in a controlled manner, but it did hit my, I think it kind of slipped and broke off the little tip here. I didn't care, but with a crash bar like this, that probably wouldn't have happened. And even if you just dig up the Delrin, again, they're replaceable. So I'm very satisfied with the crash bar. If you're interested, hit that link. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'll try to answer them, figure it out if I don't know, and get back to you. But if you don't mind, hit that like button, comment down below, say what's up, ask any questions about the crash bar. What do you think about it? I think it's pretty cool. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And as always, keep it wretched.